Ruth, are you still working past the last train again today?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. It's okay, you can go ahead and sleep.
Lately, it's been so much overtime. Are you okay? Don't push yourself too hard.
Thank you, but I'm fine. Once this busy period is over, I think things will settle down for a while.
I'm glad to hear that. For dinner tonight, I tried making a medicinal recipe to help you recover from your tiredness. I made sure the dishes aren't too heavy on you before bed.
Wait, medicinal recipe? What's that? Since when did you learn to make something like that?
Well, you've been so busy lately and not around much, so I decided to use that time to study. I just wanted to help you, even if it's a little bit.
Really? Oh, thank you. I feel bad for leaving you so many household chores. We always said we'd share everything since we're both working, but still.
Isn't this what a marriage is for, though? To support each other, especially in times like this. And this project of your boss, Jackson, it's the last one you'll be working on together, right?
Yeah, he's transferring in a month. It's amazing that he's moving to the head office, and I'm happy for him, of course, but I've always worked under him, so it's going to be lonely.
You want to make sure that even after Jackson leaves, you'll be okay, right? Don't worry about the housework for now. I'll take care of it for a while. You don't need to apologize.
Luke, I really am so lucky. I'm so glad you're my husband.
I'm only kind, that's about it.
That's not true at all. You're serious about your work too, and everyone at the company really respects you. I remember at your company's barbecue, one of your subordinates told me how much they admire you. They said you're not only capable at work, but also have the best personality, and they respect you most as a boss.
They're probably just trying to be nice to me.
Your humility is one of your best qualities.
It's embarrassing. I don't know how to respond when I'm being praised like that.
Just you making such delicious meals for me is enough. Oh, sorry, I need to get back to work soon.
I understand, but I know you have a lot of things you want to get done. Just don't overdo it.
Yeah, I'll be careful, but you too. If you're tired, don't push yourself too much. Make sure to take care of your own time. I'm sorry, I just got home.
There's a divorce paper on the table. Please fill it out and drop it in the mailbox. I'll pick it up later.
Aren't you going to listen to me?
Do you really need me to listen? Even if I did, wouldn't it be just more excuses? Is there any point to it?
Maybe that's true, but I need to explain myself, Luke.
You've been saying you're busy at work, but all along you were having an affair with your boss, Jackson. You even went on that trip. The truth is you went with him, didn't you? Do you think I wouldn't find out? What a shame. If the earthquake had not happened, you probably would have gotten away with it. But now, it's all out in the open. I never expected both of you to end up in the hospital because of a landslide. It seems like fate caught up with you both.
I'm sorry. I swear we were going to end things during that trip.
So what?
It doesn't change anything. I know it was a foolish thing to do. I regret it so much, more than you could ever understand.
Of course you do. You regret it because of the consequences, not because you truly understand the pain you caused. The reason everything came out was because you and Jackson ended up in the hospital. Both I and Jackson's wife found out the truth. It's all out now. Even the company knows because Jackson's wife reported it. He's out of work for a while due to his broken bones.
I truly regret it. Betraying you was wrong, and I am sorry from the bottom of my heart. If I could take it back, I would.
It's over. We're getting a divorce. There's no more discussion to be had.
I don't want it to be over.
I don't understand you. Was Jackson really better than me? Was that the reason you've been so distant lately? Why have you treated me coldly, especially when I was just trying to be kind to you?
I'm sorry. It wasn't because of you. I was acting that way because I was scared. I kept thinking it was only a matter of time before everything came out, and the more you tried to be kind, the more guilty I felt.
Then why did you even start this affair in the first place? Were you pressured into it? Did Jackson force himself on you because he was your boss and you couldn't say no? Was that really the reason?
No, it wasn't like that. I've admired Jackson for a long time, but when he told me he liked me just before he was transferred to headquarters, I didn't know how to respond. That was the moment I realized things were changing. Before I even realized it, we were already involved.
Before you realized it? Are you saying you didn't know what was happening? Are you implying that you were just swept along by circumstances?
That's not what I mean.
But you were aware of what you were doing. And now you're telling me you just realized things. You didn't think about what would happen, about how it would hurt people, about how it would destroy everything? How could you let it go on this long? Anyway, I have no intention of living with you anymore.
Luke, please, just listen to me. I'm still recovering from the injuries from the earthquake. You know how bad they were, and on top of that, the rumors about Jackson and me have spread like wildfire at work. Everyone is talking about it. It's impossible for me to go back to the office like this.
So?
Don't abandon me. If you leave me, I have nowhere to go. My parents picked me up from the trip, but they are disgusted with me. They said there was nothing they could do to help me, and they told me not to come back to their house.
That's not my problem.
Why are you saying that? Can you really just hate me this easily? After everything we've been through, after all the years we've spent together. I never thought you'd just throw it all away like this. You were always so kind to me.
Do you even know what you've done? You had an affair with your boss, and you went on a trip with him, knowing what it would do to me. Not only that, but you did it while Jackson was married and he has children. It's not just about us anymore. It's about the lives we've ruined.
But I really planned to end it during that trip. I realized that I couldn't keep doing this to you, to anyone. It was eating me alive, and I knew I had to stop it, but I couldn't face you. I felt like I was betraying you more with each day, each moment.
Then why even start? Why not just be honest from the beginning? Why all the lies, all the secrecy? What you're saying doesn't add up. You can't just act like a victim in all this. You've caused more damage than you realize, and you keep apologizing without understanding the full scope of the consequences.
I'm sorry. I can't take back what I've done, but I am truly sorry. I don't expect you to forgive me. I don't even deserve forgiveness, but I am truly sorry.
Apologizing won't change anything. You've already done the damage. And honestly, feels like nothing you can say fix it. It sounds horrible, but I looked at the receipt from the gynecologist's office again. You were taking birth control pills.
That's because I thought about it in case anything happened, in case the worst happened.
Thinking about it just makes me feel sick. You had an affair and now you tell me you were preparing for it? You were living a double life. pretending to be so busy with work while secretly having an affair and planning trips with him. Do you really think I could ever forgive you for that?
But you were always so kind to me. You were always the one who took care of me. You were always there when I needed you. You were the one person I could always count on.
And the one who betrayed me was you. You took my kindness and my trust and threw it away. You destroyed everything we had. You tore apart the very foundation of our relationship.
I'll never do this again. From now on, I'll make it up to you. Everything you've done for me, I'll repay you tenfold. Please don't leave me like this. I can't go on without you. I can't face the world knowing I've lost everything.
So now I'm the one who's supposed to stay? You've been saying for months that you wanted space. You've been telling me you needed to be left alone. And now, when everything is falling apart, you expect me to pick up the pieces? Do you even realize how much I've been hurt?
No, that's not what I meant. I didn't want to push you away. I didn't want to hurt you, but I don't know what else to do. When you were so kind to me, it made everything worse because I knew I didn't deserve it.
But I'm the one who's been hurt. And yet here you are, asking for more. Do you not see how much damage you've done? It doesn't matter what you say anymore. I'm done.
But I can't live without you. Please, Luke, don't leave me. I can't be alone. Without you, I have nothing. I'll repay everything. I swear I will.
You said you could do everything without me. You've been telling me for so long that you didn't need me, that you wanted me to leave you alone. Well, I'll do just that. From now on, I'll stay away. You won't have to deal with me anymore. Fell apart. My wife kept asking me over and over to try and rebuild our relationship. She repeatedly told me that she didn't want a divorce. She was desperate, but at that point, I was completely certain that I had no intention of trying to fix things with her. It wasn't that I hadn't tried before, but after everything that had happened, I just couldn't see a way forward. I had already made up my mind that I wasn't going to put myself through that pain again. I had completely given up on the idea of reconciliation. My heart had hardened. I told her that I would leave everything in the hands of my lawyer, and I would no longer handle any of the legal matters myself. Maybe the weight of all this was just too much for her, and she couldn't cope with it anymore. But whatever the reason, after about a month, she finally signed the divorce papers and agreed to end the marriage. I wasn't particularly relieved by it, but at least it meant that things were finally moving forward. It was over, and there was no going back. Looking back, it was strange how things unfolded. The events that followed were nothing short of bizarre. It all started with the so-called romantic trip that my wife had planned, which she claimed was for her mental health, or some other excuses that I didn't buy. She said she needed time away and she wanted to travel alone with her friend, who, unbeknownst to me, was someone she was already having an affair with. The trip was her attempt to escape reality, or perhaps just to live in the fantasies she had created in her mind. But fate, in its own way, had different plans for her, or rather for me. The destination they chose, the place she thought would provide them with the perfect romantic getaway, ended up being struck by a massive earthquake. I never could have imagined that the place where she and her lover were staying would be hit by a landslide. A tragedy that would eventually expose everything. If none of this had happened, if the earthquake and the landslide had not occurred, I might never have found out. I would have been left in the dark, unaware of the infidelity that had been happening right under my nose. Of course, I like to think that I would have eventually figured it out on my own, but who can say? It's funny how life works sometimes, how we are often oblivious to things that are right in front of us. At this point, I could have easily chosen to ignore everything. I could have pretended that none of this had happened, and my wife had not betrayed me in the worst possible way. But that wasn't the truth. No matter how painful it was, I had to accept it. I had to face the reality of the situation. Once the truth came out, there was no denying it. Their affair was exposed. My wife could no longer hide behind excuses or lies. Her actions were laid bare for the world to see. If nothing had happened, if the earthquake and landslide had not occurred, I might have continued living in ignorance. But that wasn't the case. My life had changed in an instant, and there was no going back. But it wasn't just the affair that shocked me. What truly astounded me was the way it all unraveled. The wife of the man my wife had been cheating with somehow got a hold of the information and exposed it in a company meeting. She revealed everything. And just like that, the truth spread throughout the workplace. It wasn't long before the whole office knew. And as a result, my ex-wife lost her job. The shame and humiliation were too much for her to handle, and everything she had worked for came crashing down around her. This is when everything started to spiral for her. Not only did she lose her job, but her family also rejected her. She couldn't go back to her family's home after everything that had happened. I guess they were too embarrassed by her actions to take her back. Or maybe they just didn't want to deal with the fallout. Either way, she was left with nowhere to go. And at that point, I didn't care where she went or what happened to her. I still don't know where she is now. She could be anywhere, for all I know. She's probably somewhere trying to pick up the pieces of her shattered life, but I couldn't care less. Whatever happens to her is no longer my concern. She made her choice. Now she has to live with the consequences. As for the man she had an affair with, it seems like his family decided to give their relationship another shot. Mostly because they had children together. They decided to try and rebuild their life, and so they're probably living together as a family again. As for my ex-wife, I imagine she's living alone now, trying to figure out what to do with her life. I don't really care. Truth is, I have no idea what's going on for her now. And honestly, it doesn't matter. She made her bed, now she has to lie in it. On my end, everything related to the divorce has been sorted out. We settled the property division and the alimony. Once everything was calculated and settled, I could finally breathe easy. Felt taken care of and that chapter of my life is finished. I really couldn't care less about what happens to her from this point on. One thing that used to bother me was that my ex-wife had always claimed she couldn't live without me. She would always say that she needed me in her life, that she couldn't survive without me. But after everything that happened, I realized that I was just another part of her life, something she could cast aside when the time came. She was willing to cheat, to lie, and to destroy everything we had. A person who could do that to someone they supposedly love doesn't really deserve anyone's loyalty. I'm sure she's managing fine now, just as she always has, without any real concern for the damage she caused. She's a survivor, I guess. As for me, I spent a few months in a very dark place. I was in a kind of emotional freefall. All I did was go to work and come home, barely existing in between. I didn't feel alive anymore. Everything seemed pointless. I didn't care about anything, and the joy I once found in life was gone. It was a struggle to get through each day. There were times when I thought about giving up entirely, when the weight of everything was just too much to bear. Somehow, I kept going. I couldn't explain it at the time. There was a small part of me that refused to let go. But eventually, things started to get better. Slowly, people started to reach out to me. Family, friends, even colleagues. They all offered support in their own way, and I began to realize that I wasn't alone as I had felt. Gradually, with time and the help of those who cared about me, I started to pull myself out of that dark place. It wasn't easy, and it didn't happen overnight, but I could feel myself starting to live again. I still have moments when I think about the past, especially about my ex-wife. It's hard not to think about her. She was once someone I loved deeply, but if I allowed myself to stay trapped in that feeling, if I allowed myself to keep dwelling on the betrayal and the pain, I'd never be able to move forward. It's painful to acknowledge, but sometimes, the only way to heal is to let go and accept what has happened. Now, I focus on taking care of myself. I've realized that I need to prioritize my own well-being, and I need to be around the people who truly care about me. There are still good people in my life, people who have supported me through this all, and I intend to cherish them. I've learned the importance of honesty, integrity, and looking forward instead of dwelling on what's behind me. I don't know what the future holds, but I know one thing. I believe that when something bad happens, something good is bound to follow. It's a belief I've held on to throughout this entire process. Even when things seem impossible, I believe that the universe has a way of making things right. So I will keep going, one step at a time, with my head held high, and I'll overcome whatever comes my way. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
What time do you plan on coming back home? Your part-time job is already over, isn't it?
I'm sorry, Daphne. The part-time job is done, but I'm doing a bit of shopping right now. I should be back in about an hour or so. Was there something you needed from me before I came back home?
Does it really take that long to go shopping?
I need to pick up the suit David had tailored from the department store in the neighboring town. Don't worry, I'll be back in time to prepare dinner.
Oh, so you think mentioning my son's name will make everything okay?
No, that's not it. I mentioned it because he specifically asked me to do this errand for him.
For someone who's living under my roof, you certainly seem to have it easy, don't you? Leaving all the household responsibilities to me, your mother-in-law, while you leisurely stroll around doing your own thing.
I apologize. I promise I'll head straight home after picking up the suit. Well, I might stop by the supermarket for a quick moment.
The supermarket? Why? We bought groceries just yesterday, didn't we?
Actually, I forgot to pick up a few things.
You're so scatterbrained, honestly.
I'm very sorry.
You know, it's fine if you all eat dinner later than usual, but your father and I eat at 6 p.m. sharp. Can you even manage to have it ready by then?
Yes, I'll make sure it's ready on time.
Are you planning to make some shortcut, lazy kind of meal?
No, I'll prepare a proper dinner. I already prepped the meat in the refrigerator earlier, just in case I got home a little late.
Oh, so that's what you call proper? I checked the refrigerator, you know. I saw the meat sitting there, marinated in a bag. It's one of those quick meals you can just throw in a pan and cook, isn't it?
Well, yes, it's a dish that doesn't take much time to prepare, but it's really delicious. You and Father both liked it when I made it before, so I thought it would be a good idea to make it again.
Stop talking back to me. I can't believe I'm being fed something so thoughtless. It's really disappointing.
I'm sorry.
Or maybe this is just because of your upbringing. Since you were raised by a single mother, maybe you never had the chance to learn how to cook properly.
My upbringing has nothing to do with this.
Oh, really? But don't you think it's true that you don't make many slow-cooked or carefully prepared dishes? I bet your mother was too busy to make them for you, so you never developed a taste for that kind of food, did you? That's why you don't bother making those kinds of meals.
That's not true. Even though my mother had a busy schedule, she always made sure to cook proper meals for us.
Oh, please, I'm sure it was nothing more than glorified instant food. Single mothers don't have the luxury of time, you know. And just so we're clear, putting some vegetables on top of instant noodles doesn't count as homemade cooking.
My mother didn't rely on instant food that much. She took her time to cook for me whenever she could.
Oh, so it's not your mother's fault. Then I guess you're the one who's seriously lacking. It's not just cooking, you're hopeless with other chores too. If I'd known you were this kind of daughter-in-law, I never would have agreed to let you live with us.
I'm sorry. I'll work hard to improve, one thing at a time, so that I can earn your approval.
See that you do. Although honestly, I doubt you'll ever reach that point in my lifetime. right? The front door won't open. Can you open it from the inside?
Why?
Why? Because I can't get in. Aren't we getting rid of that useless wife? Fine, but it doesn't make sense for me to be locked out too. Wait, did you actually change the lock so Daphne can never come back? I mean, I get the determination, but this is just ridiculous.
No, this arrangement is perfect.
What? Kevin, open the door. I told you to get rid of that useless wife. Why am I the one locked out?
Huh? Isn't the useless wife you?
Wait a minute. Me? Are you saying I'm the useless wife?
From where I stand, you're the one who fits that description best.
What on earth? Then what about Daphne?
She's here, in the house. We're making dinner together right now.
You're telling me you chose her over me? Kevin, are you out of your mind?
The one who's out of their mind is you. When David and Daphne said they wanted to build a house, weren't you the one who suggested they live with us until it's done?
Yes, I made that suggestion. It made sense financially, and I thought I was being generous by offering to live with them under the same roof.
Then why did you treat Daphne like a servant? You were supposed to be kind, not hostile.
I was teaching her how to behave as a mother-in-law should. I was trying to make sure she'd be able to support my precious son properly.
That wasn't your job. And for the record, Daphne was doing just fine with the housework. The one who kept nitpicking and causing her trouble was you.
That's not fair, Kevin. Is that really what you've been thinking this whole time?
Your behavior made it impossible to think otherwise. And lately, you've been even parroting Daphne's mother's words, haven't you?
So Daphne ratted me out.
No, it was David. He noticed Daphne wasn't herself lately, so he checked her phone. She didn't say anything to us, but she's been enduring a lot on her own. Even the things you said in front of us were bad enough, but reading the messages you sent behind the scenes? It's embarrassing. Aren't you ashamed of yourself?
I only acted that way because I was thinking of David's future. I had to steel myself to be strict with Daphne so she'd become a good wife.
David and Daphne are getting along fine. Isn't that enough? What else do you want?
From my perspective, there were still areas where she fell short.
Even if that's true, it wasn't your place to point them out. Before Daphne moved in, who do you think was handling the housework? I cooked the meals, and on your assigned days, it was always takeout or store-bought food. I was the one cleaning up your messes too. You're in no position to criticize anyone.
We've been married for 30 years. There are bound to be times like that.
It's been that way since the beginning of our marriage, but I'm not here to hold that against you. I just want you to understand that you're not in a position to judge Daphne.
I'm sorry. Maybe I felt like Daphne was stealing David away from me. Well, that's probably why I ended up being so harsh with her.
Your apology shouldn't be directed at me, should it?
I'll apologize to David and Daphne too, but please, can you let me back in the house first?
No, this arrangement works for now. I'll hand over my phone to Daphne so you can talk to her.
Wait, why?
Do you really think Daphne wants to see the person who made her life miserable? Besides, she's already blocked your number on her own phone.
I can't even apologize in person?
Hello, Ivy.
Daphne? I'm so sorry. I never thought it would come to this.
You didn't think this would happen because you assumed I'd leave instead.
I know I hurt you, and I deeply regret that. Can't you forgive me? And maybe convince my husband David to let me come back into the house?
I can forgive what you did to me, but I will never forgive how you insulted my mother.
I'll apologize to your mother, too.
There's no need. I don't want you anywhere near her.
Please don't be so cold. I'll be kind to you from now on. I'll share the housework and I'll change my ways.
That's unnecessary. We won't be seeing each other anymore. Both David and your husband have told me I don't need to consider you family anymore.
That's exactly what I want to stop. I'm genuinely sorry. Why won't you believe me?
Because I don't think you're truly sorry. You're only apologizing because you don't want to be thrown out of the house, aren't you?
That's not true. I've realized how terrible I've been.
Have you? And so quickly? Just earlier you were insisting that you hadn't done anything wrong.
Well, I guess I lied to protect myself, but Daphne, if you'll forgive me, I'll do anything. So please let me back into the house.
There's only one way you can come back.
What is it? If it's something I can do, I'll do it.
Until our new house is ready, you'll have to live with your husband's family in the countryside.
What? Live with my in-laws in the rural area?
That's the condition. Take it or leave it.
Wait a minute, that's way too much.
Then don't do it. But if you don't, your husband says you're not welcome back here either.
Living with my mother-in-law now is impossible, and I don't want to move to the countryside. Can't you come up with another solution?
That's the only condition I'll offer.
Daphne, I'm begging you. I know I was wrong. Please believe me.
I don't think we'll be meeting again for a while, regardless of what you do. You can either live on your own or stay with your in-laws. The choice is yours. Goodbye. Afterward, my mother-in-law ended up having nowhere else to go, and she had no choice but to move in with my father-in-law at his family's house. This decision came after a lot of thought and discussion, as there were no other immediate solutions to her situation. The transition was difficult, and it marked the start of a new chapter in her life that she had not expected. From what I hear, every day she wakes up early in the morning, alongside my father-in-law's mother, to help with the gardening work that my father-in-law's mother does as a hobby. It's a labor of love for her, something that she enjoys, but it's also something that requires a lot of effort. The farm work is often exhausting, especially for someone who isn't used to such early mornings and physical activity. My mother-in-law, who's not accustomed to this sort of lifestyle, has had a difficult time adjusting to the daily routine. She never imagined that her life would take this turn, where her days would revolve around helping in the garden with my father-in-law's elderly mother, who's been doing it for years. This kind of work has taken a toll on her. Living with people you have never lived with before can be incredibly challenging. For my mother-in-law, this situation is no exception. She had never shared a household with my father-in-law's mother, and the dynamics were bound to be different than what she was used to in her previous home. She's had to adapt to a new way of life, a new environment, and a new set of daily responsibilities. I've been told that every day feels like a struggle for her as she faces the realities of living in a house that's completely different from her own, in a rural area far from the city she was used to. The adjustment is not just to the house itself, but also to the people around her and to the type of work she now finds herself involved in. The daily routine is one of hard physical labor, something she's not accustomed to, and it's wearing her down both physically and mentally. Moreover, my mother-in-law has a strong aversion to insects. She's always been terrified of them, and living in a rural old household where insects are common has proven to be a major obstacle. The house, with its creaky floors and drafts, has become a place where she feels uncomfortable and even afraid. The presence of insects, which she finds repulsive, has made her daily life even harder. I've heard that she's been calling my father-in-law every day, telling him that she wants to leave and go back to her previous home. The situation has become unbearable for her, and she feels trapped in a place that only increases her anxiety. It's not just the work in the garden or the physical discomfort, but the constant fear of insects that makes her want to flee. Despite her wishes, my father-in-law refuses to allow her to leave. He believes the situation will improve with time and that she will eventually adjust to the new environment. He insists that she stay at the house until it's completed. The house that my father-in-law is building for the two of them has not yet been finished, and my mother-in-law is expected to endure her current circumstances for several more months. In the meantime, she's expected to persevere and continue living in the old, uncomfortable house. My father-in-law sees this as a necessary step for her, a sort of cleansing or trial period before she can fully move into the new house. This trial period, as he calls it, is meant to teach my mother-in-law patience and resilience, something that he believes she needs in order to face the challenges of the future. It's a tough lesson, but one that he believes is important for her personal growth. The whole situation is a complex one. On one hand, I can understand why my father-in-law is taking this approach. He believes in tough love and making people face hardships in order to grow stronger. He thinks that my mother-in-law will become more adaptable and more self-reliant if she faces the discomfort and struggles of living in a house that's so different from her own. The goal is not just to finish building a house, but to help her develop a greater sense of endurance and patience. However, on the other hand, I can't help but sympathize with my mother-in-law. She's not a young woman anymore, and the stress of adjusting to a completely new lifestyle, especially in such an uncomfortable and unfamiliar environment, is taking a toll on her. Her dislike of insects is just one small part of the bigger picture, but it's one that she's struggling with every day. My mother-in-law has always been a woman who enjoyed a certain level of comfort in her life. She was used to a more modern and comfortable lifestyle, one where she didn't have to worry about insects crawling around or about getting up early to do farm work. The life she's been thrust into is a far cry from what she was used to, and she is not handling it well. The house, with its rustic charm, is not something she finds charming at all. It's an old building with creaky wooden floors, drafty rooms, and the ever-present feeling of being surrounded by nature in a way that she finds unsettling. The smell of wood, the sounds of the insects at night, and the way the house creaks and groans in the wind make her feel uneasy. The discomfort is not just physical, but emotional as well. She misses the peace and familiarity of her own home, and she often finds herself longing to go back to where she feels safe and secure. As for my father-in-law, I can understand his position, even though I do not entirely agree with it. He is someone who values perseverance and resilience, and he believes that my mother-in-law will come to appreciate the challenges she faces now. He wants her to develop a stronger character, one that's less reliant on comfort and more able to handle the hardships of life. He's always been a man who believed that struggle is a necessary part of growth, and this situation is no different. He sees my mother-in-law's discomfort as part of the process, and he is committed to seeing it through. He believes that the discomfort she feels now will eventually lead to a stronger, more capable person in the future. In the meantime, though, my mother-in-law is not having an easy time. The days drag on, and each one seems to bring more challenges than the last. I can only imagine how difficult it must be for her, feeling trapped in a place that she doesn't like, with no immediate way out. It's a tough situation for everyone involved, and it's hard to say how things will unfold in the next few months. What's clear is that my mother-in-law's life has taken a turn that she never expected, and she's having a hard time adjusting. My father-in-law, meanwhile, remains firm in his decision. He believes that this trial period will help my mother-in-law grow and that she will eventually come to appreciate the life they're building together. He's determined to stay the course, and even though I can see the strain it's placing on their relationship, it's a tough situation for everyone, and I'm not sure what the resolution will be. What's certain is that the next few months will be a test for my mother-in-law, and I can only hope that she finds a way to cope with the challenges ahead. Since my mother-in-law left, life at my in-laws' house has become much more peaceful and relaxed, as if a weight has been lifted, and we can finally enjoy the calmness that comes with having more space and fewer tensions. The atmosphere at home has been significantly improved, and I've been able to appreciate the little things about our daily lives more. There's no longer that undercurrent of discomfort or the constant feeling of walking on eggshells, which I never realized how much it had affected me until it was gone. My husband and my father-in-law have always been very helpful when it comes to household chores. From the start, both of them have been more than willing to pitch in and contribute to the upkeep of the house. They don't expect me to do everything, and they never complain when it comes to tasks like cleaning, cooking, or organizing. This mutual respect for each other's efforts has always made living together easier. But it's become even more apparent now that there's less stress in the air. We all understand the importance of teamwork, and we work together harmoniously to ensure that the household runs smoothly. The chores are divided in a way that works for everyone, and there's no sense of burden or resentment, which has allowed us to focus more on enjoying each other's company. The change in our lives has been noticeable not only in terms of chores, but also in how we spend our time together. We've been able to engage in activities that we had previously set aside simply because we now have the space and peace of mind to do so. Whether it's sitting down for meals without the constant interruptions, watching movies together in the evenings, or just spending time talking and laughing, our daily lives have become far more enjoyable. We found a new rhythm that feels comfortable and fulfilling. Even though my mother-in-law is no longer living with us, I've come to realize that this new dynamic has made a significant difference in my own emotional well-being. It's not just about the physical changes in the household, but also about the emotional freedom I feel now. I no longer have to worry about navigating the complexities of living under the same roof as someone who has always been critical and difficult to get along with. The weight of that tension has been lifted, and I am finally able to breathe more easily. The truth is, I've spent so much time feeling constrained, always trying to avoid conflict and constantly walking on eggshells. There were so many times when I had to hold my tongue, pretending to be okay with things I wasn't, all because I didn't want to upset my mother-in-law or create more drama. Now that she's gone, I feel like I can finally speak my mind without fear of repercussions. I've learned that it's okay to stand up for myself, even when it comes to things that might make others uncomfortable. I've also come to realize that it's perfectly acceptable to ask for help and not feel guilty about it. With my husband and father-in-law being so supportive, I've learned not to shy away from asking for their assistance when I need it. Whether it's for handling a different situation or just managing daily responsibilities, I no longer feel I have to carry the burden alone. The cooperation we've built is one of the things that makes our home life so much better now. We all share the responsibility of keeping things running smoothly, and this mutual effort has made a huge difference in how we live together. There's also a shift in how I approach things when it comes to my mother-in-law's potential return. If she were to come back to the house, I know that I would handle the situation very differently now. I'm not going to allow myself to be treated in the same way I was before. The dynamic has changed, and I've changed with it. I'm no longer the same person who felt powerless in the face of her criticisms and actions. If she were to return, I would make it clear that I'm not going to tolerate any disrespect or manipulation. I would no longer hesitate to voice my opinions and express when I feel uncomfortable or unhappy with the situation. I've also made a commitment to myself that I will stand up for what I believe is right, especially when it comes to my own well-being. If there's ever a situation where I feel my boundaries are being crossed, I won't hesitate to speak up. I will confront any negative behavior head-on and make sure that my voice is heard. I won't shy away from voicing my discomfort or dissatisfaction, even if it means disagreeing with someone in a way that may cause tension. This newfound confidence has given me the strength to be more assertive in other aspects of my life as well. I'm no longer afraid to make my needs known or ask for what I deserve. I've learned that being assertive is not the same as being confrontational, and I can stand my ground without being disrespectful or rude. It's about finding a balance, being firm but still considerate of others. The key is to make sure that my own well-being is prioritized while still maintaining a sense of understanding and empathy for those around me. I also realize that I've gained a deeper sense of self-respect. I've learned to recognize that I deserve to live in an environment where I feel comfortable and valued. That means I'm no longer willing to tolerate toxic behavior, and I will not allow myself to be mistreated by anyone, not even my mother-in-law. I've learned that my feelings matter and that I have every right to create a living situation that brings me peace and happiness. If that means standing up for myself or setting boundaries with difficult people, then so be it. I'm no longer willing to compromise my own happiness for the sake of others' comfort. In the past, I may have been hesitant to express my opinions or challenge certain things, but now I feel empowered to do so. I've learned that I'm not powerless in these situations and I can navigate conflicts with confidence. I'm not afraid of facing difficult conversations anymore, and I will always strive to approach things with honesty and respect. Whether it's addressing issues with my mother-in-law or any other difficult person in my life, I know that I have the tools and the strength to deal with it in a healthy and constructive way. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
I'm heading home now. I'll stop by the convenience store on the way. Do you need anything?
Thanks for your hard work. I don't need anything right now. I'm good. But how's your mom doing? Is she okay? She seemed fine when we last spoke, but I just wanted to check in again.
Well, she's still in the hospital, so she's not exactly great, but she seemed alright. She was complaining about how boring it is being there. She said it's so dull. She's going a little crazy. It's just the usual of her.
I see. If I didn't have my part-time job, I would have gone with you. I really wanted to be there for you both. The next time you go, though, I'll definitely come along. We can go together, I promise.
I know you would, and I really appreciate it. Honestly, you've been so good to me and my mom. It's not common for a son-in-law to be so considerate. I've heard a lot of stories when the relationship between a wife and mother-in-law is full of tension. Well, with you, it's different.
Well, that's probably because those things happen when there's someone being nasty, don't you think? Your mom was so very kind to me from the very first time I met her. It's the people who clash with her that have the real problem, in my opinion. She's the sweetest person.
Right. Well, your mom's the only one who's truly healthy and strong in our family. To think she's the one who's been hospitalized is a huge shock for me. It's just surreal.
Yeah, I get what you mean. I just hope she'll get better soon. I wish there was something we could do, though. It's hard watching her like this, feeling so helpless. Is there anything at all we can do to make it easier for her?
Well, there is something I want to talk to you about. I need to ask you for a favor today. It's related to your mom's situation, and it might even affect us too.
Oh, is this something to do with your mom's health?
Yeah, kind of. I need to ask you about something. But I'd rather you hear me out first before making any decisions, okay?
Of course I'll listen, but this isn't some kind of bad news, is it?
Unfortunately, yes. There's some bad news involved. Earlier today, the doctor told me something shocking. They told me that your mom's illness has progressed much faster than they had originally anticipated.
Wait, so what does that mean? Is she going to be okay? I thought she was doing better than we feared.
Well, they said her condition requires surgery. It's not a guaranteed fix, but it's the only chance she has right now. Without it, things are only going to get worse. Doctors don't think it's completely hopeless, but they're not sure how successful the operation will be.
But she needs it, right? I mean, if it's her only chance, then she should definitely have the surgery, right?
Yes, you're absolutely right. I agree. It's the best option we have right now. The thing is, the cost of the surgery is incredibly high. The illness is rare, so there aren't a lot of cases to draw from, and that makes the cost skyrocket.
I understand, but Your mom inherited your father's estate, right? I mean, she's got some savings, right? Isn't that enough to cover it?
Well, you'd think so, but between all the previous treatments and hospital stays, most of that money has already been spent. She's used up a lot of it, and there's very little left now. Even though the surgery could save her life, we're in a tough position because there's not enough money left for it.
How much are we talking about here? I mean, I know we have savings too. Can't we just use some of that?
I think our savings could cover part of it, but I feel like we've been dipping into our money we've been saving for our future. We've been putting money aside for a house, remember? It's not an easy decision.
Look, we can't put the house before your mom's health. If it's between her life and the house, there's no question. We can always save for the house again later. What we can't do is let her suffer just because we're saving for something. This is about your mom, and I owe her so much for how kind she's been to me. If we have to use our savings, then that's what we'll do.
Thank you, Christine. I've been so torn about asking for help, especially given the amount of money we're talking about. I don't want to put you in a tough position. Hearing you say that, it really helps ease my mind.
Of course we're in this together. And we can always find a way to make it work. If your mom's life is on the line, that's the most important thing right now. The house can wait. It's not a big deal. I mean it, Bennett. Don't worry about that.
I really appreciate it. Honestly, it's a huge relief to hear you say that. Just so you know, this is going to mean a lot of changes for us. Our savings will take a big hit, and we'll need to be extra careful with our money from now on. We'll have to make a lot of sacrifices to make up for it.
I get it, and I am willing to do whatever it takes. I mean, we're talking about your mom's life here. I'll stick with you on this, and I'll make sure we stay on track with everything. Don't worry, I'll help you through it.
I'm so grateful to have you by my side. I know this won't be easy, but I promise we'll make it through. Let's get through this together for my mom's sake and ours. I know we can do it.
We can. We're in this together always. I'll support you no matter what happens. Just don't hesitate to ask me for anything, okay? We'll figure it out. Now, let's make sure your mom gets the help she needs, and we'll work everything else out along the way.
Thanks, Christine. I don't know what I'd do without you.
You won't have to find out. I'm here, and I always will be. We'll get through this, and everything will be all right. I'll do whatever I can to make sure of mother. So it turns out everything was just a scheme you created, was it? This entire thing was a setup from the start, and I had no idea.
What's the point of realizing that now? What does it matter? No matter what you say or do now, it won't change anything. You can keep fighting all you want, but it won't make a difference. You already lost, and that's it. Sorry, but that's the reality.
That's the kind of thing I would say to you. All those wasted efforts, all that time you spent thinking you were outsmarting us. But in the end, look at what you got for it. Absolutely nothing. I guess your entire strategy was nothing more than an exercise in futility, wasn't it? All that trouble for nothing. No money, no success. You worked so hard, and it still didn't amount to a single cent.
The hell are you talking about? Are you really trying to claim that you somehow came out ahead in this? You're just spitting out nonsense because you can't accept your defeat. At least do it with some dignity. Don't pretend like you're in the right here. It's clear that the one who hasn't earned a single cent is you, not me. You're the one who lost in the end. It's as simple as that.
No, it's you who's wrong here. I'm telling you right now, I am getting back the money I entrusted to you. Don't even think for a second that you can just run off with it without facing the consequences. You might have thought you could take it and keep it for yourself, but that's not how it works. I'll make sure to get every single penny of it back, and you're not getting away with it.
That money is already in my personal account now. It's mine, plain and simple. The second it was transferred, it became my property. You have no right to it whatsoever, and there's nothing you can do about it. You've already lost your chance. You think you could just walk away with it? Not happening. It's mine now, so don't even try to come after it.
Are you completely clueless? You should have known this by now. It doesn't matter what account that money is sitting in. Once it's part of the assets acquired during the marriage, it's subject to division. Everything that was accumulated, regardless of where it is part of that equation. So yes, that money is included. It's not exempt from being divided up, so you can't just claim it as yours.
Even if that's true, so what? You think I care about a little money like that? Sure, it's a bit annoying that I'll lose a small amount of it, but I've got much bigger assets at my disposal. My parents' inheritance is far more important than this small amount. Honestly, compared to what I stand to inherit, that money is practically insignificant. I don't even bat an eye over it. I got bigger fish to fry, so this doesn't even register.
Did you even hear what I said? You won't get a single penny, not from that money, not from anything. You're not going to get anything, not even a cent from your parents' inheritance. That's the reality, so stop fooling yourself into thinking that somehow, some way, you'll still come out on top. You won't. It's over.
Stop talking nonsense. You really think you're the only one who's entitled to this money? That somehow you're the only one who should inherit everything from my parents? I'm the only child of my parents, and they made sure to leave everything to me. Nobody else gets a share of that inheritance. No matter what happens, it's all coming to me. So don't act like you have any claim to it.
Well, you're not wrong in the sense that I'm the only child, but do you really think you're safe? Do you know that you can be disinherited? That's right, disinherited. Do you understand what that means?
Disinherited? What are you even talking about? What does that mean in this situation?
Let me explain. If an heir is causing major problems, you can go to court and file a petition to have them excluded from the inheritance. It's not easy and it doesn't happen often, but it's possible. You think you're untouchable, but you're not. If there's a real reason, the court can disinherit you. It's not a guaranteed win, but the option is there.
Wait a second. Are you saying that my mother actually went ahead and filed a petition against me?
That's right. Both your mother and I have been feeling uneasy for a long time. We've been paying attention to your actions, and we knew something wasn't right. So I took the initiative and contacted the necessary people. We started working on this quietly, and we've been gathering everything we need. The chances might be slim, but given everything you've done, the lawyer told me that the chances of the petition being accepted are actually pretty high.
What the hell? If this goes through, what will happen to my parents' inheritance? What's going to happen to all of it? Who's going to get it? I worked so hard for this. What do you mean by all of this?
It will be me.
What? You? How can you even claim to be entitled to it? You're not even a legal heir. You're just someone else entirely.
Once I'm able to get you removed from the equation, there won't be any legal heirs left. So the court will need to appoint a new heir, and guess who they've picked? It's me! Your mother made sure to include it in her will, and it's already been stored with the lawyer. Everything has been arranged, and I'm the one who's been chosen.
Oh, wait. Are you serious? So after everything I've done, I won't get anything? I'm their son! How can this happen?
You've already cut ties with them, so legally you're no longer considered their son. In the eyes of the law, you're just another person. You think that's the end of it? Do you really think that all of your efforts, all the things you've done will be enough to get you anything? Do you honestly believe you'll just walk away with your hands full? It's over for you.
What do you mean by that? Are you saying there's more?
I'm going to be demanding compensation. Not just for the money you took from me, but for everything you've done. I'm not going to settle for property division. I'm going to make sure you pay for the lies you told both me and your mother. Everything will be accounted for, and you won't get away with this. You'll pay every penny of it, and it won't be cheap. My mother-in-law's petition was accepted by the court, and Bennett was officially removed from the list of heirs. In addition, it was formally decided that I would inherit the estate. The decision was final, and the process of securing my rightful share began without any issues. As for Bennett, I demanded compensation for emotional distress and the return of the money I had entrusted to him. Though I didn't recover the full amount, a significant portion was returned to me. Despite this, Bennett refused to accept the court's decision. He attempted to negotiate directly with my mother-in-law, hoping for a reversal of the outcome. However, thanks to my protective efforts and the hospital's support, his attempts were futile. He's not able to get anywhere with that approach. The inheritance was rightfully mine. One that I should have received without any dispute was now surrounded by so much conflict thanks to Bennett's greed. His actions ultimately led him to lose it all. Even now, he's struggling to make ends meet, dealing with the ongoing burden of paying back the compensation I had demanded. About a year after these events, my mother-in-law passed away. I was there by her side when she took her last breath, witnessing the moment as she left this world. In her final moments, I held her hand, hoping to provide some comfort as she had once done for me. Afterwards, using the inheritance I had received from her, I took care of the funeral arrangements, ensuring that everything was done with the dignity and respect she deserved. I still visit her grave regularly. I make sure to keep it clean, and I often find myself talking to her, sharing updates about my life as if she were still here with me. It's a small gesture, but one that feels important to me. Looking back, I realize that my mother-in-law, despite not having the blessings of a son who could truly care for her, had always hoped for someone to step in as her daughter. I sincerely hope that I was able to provide that for her. It brings me some peace to know that, in the end, I was able to fulfill that role and offer her the support and love she so desperately needed during her later years. She never had the son she hoped for, one who would be there for her unconditionally. But I, as her daughter-in-law, was able to become the family she lacked, and I hope she found solace in knowing that she was not entirely alone in the world. For me, being there for her, especially during her final days, felt like a gift and a privilege. Despite all the difficulties and challenges that arose throughout the process, it's clear that the outcome was something that had to happen for both my peace of mind and for the rightful justice to be done. The money, the inheritance, it all became secondary to the deeper lesson of family, loyalty, and the importance of supporting those who need it most. Now, as I look back, I feel a sense of fulfillment knowing that I was able to be there for my mother-in-law, not just as a bystander, but as someone who could genuinely help. I did what I could to ensure her wishes were honored, and I think she would be proud of how things turned out. Though Bennett may still hold on to his regrets and suffer the consequences of his greed, I have found peace in knowing that I did the right thing. I've learned so much from the experience, and I continue to honor the memory of my mother-in-law, using the lessons I've learned to guide me as I move forward with my life. In the end, the estate was not just a matter of money. It was a reflection of the bonds we form with others and the impact we leave on people around us. For me, my connection with my mother-in-law was far more valuable than any inheritance or material wealth. I hope she knows, wherever she is, that I am grateful for everything she did for me, and I will continue to carry her memory with me as I go through life. And as for Bennett, I suppose it's clear by now that his actions have led him down a path of regret. But as I move forward, I choose not to dwell on the past. Instead, I focus on honoring my mother-in-law's memory and carrying forward the love and respect she deserved but was never able to receive from her own son. In the end, I believe that family is not always about blood relations. Sometimes it's about the people who show up when it matters most, the ones who support you through thick and thin, and the ones who help you honor the ones who came before. Now that the dust is settled, I am focusing on my own future,
but I will always remember what I learned from my mother-in-law and the journey we went through together. Her legacy will live on, and I am proud to be the one to carry it forward. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Emma, my mom just messaged me that something happened. What's this about? Did you two get into another fight?
She contacted you too?
Yeah, she said something happened while cleaning. I wasn't sure what she was going on about, so I wanted to hear your side.
Whatever she said, she's probably lying. She kicked me while I was cleaning the floor.
She kicked you?
I was on my hands and knees scrubbing the kitchen floor. She came in and deliberately walked across the wet floor right after I asked her to please wait until it dried. That's when she kicked me. She said it wasn't on purpose.
What were you doing on the floor anyway? Couldn't you use a mop?
Your mother said the mop doesn't clean well enough. She pointed out spots yesterday and said I needed to scrub them by hand. I was trying to do what she asked.
You must have understood. Mom wouldn't do that.
What is there to be misunderstood about being kicked? I still have a bruise on my side.
Show me the bruise when I get home. Maybe it's just from bumping into something.
I know the difference between bumping into something and being kicked. Why don't you believe me?
I heard you yelled at her even after she apologized.
That's not what happened. Why does she always twist things around? She claimed her foot accidentally hit me, but it wasn't like that at all.
Maybe you were in her way?
I was cleaning her floor because she complained about spots yesterday. She kicked me, and I fell on my face. I hit my chin on the floor, and it still hurts.
Did you put ice on it? You're probably making it sound worse than it is.
I tried to ice it, but she wouldn't let me use the ice packs. Said I was being dramatic.
Well, Mom apologized, didn't she? Can't you just let it go? Since you were crouched on the floor, she probably just didn't see you or something.
She called me trash and said that's why she didn't see me. Do you know how many times this has happened? Last week, she accidentally spilled hot tea on my hand. I still have small burn marks on my fingers. The week before, she pushed past me on the stairs, and I'm the one who got screamed at.
You should watch where you're going then. Mom's getting older. She needs more space to move around.
I was against the wall on the stairs. There was plenty of room. She went out of her way to bump into me.
That all does sound bad, but I don't think she'd do all that on purpose.
She called me useless because I can't have children. She brings up children every single day, sometimes multiple times a day. Plus, she deliberately dumped the trash can on the floor I was cleaning, right after I finished the whole kitchen. I just asked her to please stop. I've been nothing but respectful to her.
Maybe if you clean more thoroughly the first time. Mom's just very particular about cleanliness.
I spend hours cleaning every day. Nothing is ever good enough. No matter how much I do, she finds something wrong.
We've been married for 2 years now. Can't you just try to get along?
I wanted to have a good relationship with her. I've tried so hard to be a good daughter-in-law. But your mom keeps harassing me, and honestly, I can't live like this anymore.
What?
I want to move out. We need our own space. We can't keep living with her. This isn't healthy for anyone. I could pick up more shifts at work to save up more money. The restaurant already offered me more hours. I think my salary would be enough for us to manage. We could find a small apartment nearby.
No way, we need to save money right now. Have you seen rent prices lately? Our dream is to own a home, remember? Mom's letting us live here rent-free. We should take advantage of this as long as she's letting us. The sooner we save up, the sooner we can buy a house. Don't run away just because Mom was a little harsh.
A little harsh? Did you miss the part about her kicking me? It's not a little harsh. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is straight up abuse. I feel unsafe in my own home. Do you understand that?
Mom's always been straightforward, but she's still a super nice person. You're too sensitive. You shouldn't take everything so personally. I know her. She's been pretty intense even when my dad was alive.
I've tried really hard not to. I keep making excuses for her behavior and giving her the benefit of the doubt, but lately, I just can't handle it anymore. I cry every day in the bathroom at work. I've even had customers ask if I was okay. And it really hurts when she keeps bringing up pregnancy. She told the neighbors I'm defective.
Mom just wants to see her grandchildren soon. That's normal for her mother-in-law. You can't blame her for that.
I understand where she's coming from, sure, but we've only been married for 2 years. Please, just listen to what I'm saying. I need you to understand how serious this is. Do you remember that one time she tried to spread that rumor about me getting a disease from men I've dated in the past? Things like that have been happening ever since we got married, and now she's physically hurting me. I'm scared to be in the house alone with her.
You're being ridiculous now. Mom raised me my whole life without hurting me. I turned out okay, didn't I?
This isn't about how she raised you. This is about how she's treating me now as your wife.
Look, this conversation is going nowhere. Just apologize to Mom for yelling. That's probably all she wants from you, an apology. Make her favorite dinner or something. Show her you're trying.
I've been trying the past 2 years. I cook, I clean, I do everything she asks. When will it be enough? I've never done anything to her, so I don't know why she dislikes me so much. Can't you just put in a good word for me or something? Tell her that I mean no harm? If I try to say anything, I feel like that would just be adding fuel to the fire.
What would me saying anything do? That's just how Mom always been, even since I was little. Deal with it. Anyways, I need to get back to work. I'll talk to you later. Just try to get along with her, please. What? Me?
Yes, both of us.
Can't you go by yourself?
Getting pregnant isn't something I can do alone. Either way, we'll need to work on this together. It's better if we both get tested from the start.
No way. I don't want to go. If you want to go by yourself.
The doctor specifically recommended we both get tested. It's standard procedure.
Why are you pushing this? We've only been married 2 years. There's plenty of time.
Your mother brings it up every day. You said you wanted children too. I thought we could at least check if everything's okay.
I'm not going to any doctor.
What if there's nothing wrong with me? Don't you want to know?
Are you trying to say I'm the problem?
I don't know. That's why I want us to get tested together. That's the whole point. To find out what's going on.
Forget it. We should just let it happen naturally.
I made the appointment for next Tuesday. You don't have overtime then. I checked your schedule.
You what? Don't go behind my back like that.
Your mom tells me every day about how useless I am for not having children. Every single day, Kevin. And you said you wanted them soon too. Remember on our wedding day?
Yeah, but kids are a gift from heaven. Don't you think it's weird to force it? It should just happen.
Are you saying children born through fertility treatments are weird? Is that what you think? That they're not natural enough?
I didn't say that, but going to those lengths seems scary, like playing God or something.
What's that supposed to mean? My sister had fertility treatments. Is my niece weird to you? Even with fertility treatments, there's no guarantee of pregnancy. I think any pregnancy is a miracle, regardless of how it happens. Why are you so against even checking?
What are you getting so worked up? Are you panicking because you might be infertile?
What about you? Would you say the same thing if you were the reason? What if it's your issue?
I'm fine. I never had any major illness and I'm perfectly healthy. I work out 3 times a week. Never even had the flu.
That doesn't guarantee you can have kids. The doctor said it's actually quite common for men.
What? You trying to tell me I've been shooting blanks this whole time? Is that what you're trying to say?
I never said that. I'm trying to solve this together, like a couple. I just want to consider fertility treatment if we want children. Don't you want to know what's going on?
You want treatment? Do it alone. I'm not going, and I'm not getting tested. End of discussion.
I see. Fine.
If I knew I was going to be a waste of my entire break, I wouldn't have asked. Stop messaging me about stupid stuff. Going back to work. My girlfriend is pregnant. I don't need you anymore. That's all there is to it.
Is this some kind of cruel joke? What are you talking about? You're just going to divorce me after everything we've been through.
It's not a joke. She's already 3 months along, due in winter.
Girlfriend? You were cheating? All those late nights? The overtime? You were with someone else? What? This makes no sense. How long? How long have you been seeing her?
Yeah, it's sudden, I get it. But I told Mom and she's thrilled. She's already given her blessing. Been seeing her for about 6 months. She works in accounting.
All those nights I waited for you. All those messages saying you were working. You were just lying?
You're making this harder than it needs to be. Things happen. People move on.
6 months? While I was begging you to get fertility testing?
Yeah. Turns out you were the infertile one. And you tried to blame me. That's why you're no good.
Is this why you wouldn't get tested? Because you were already with her? You let me think something was wrong with me?
Look, what's done is done. No point in dwelling on it.
Is she the reason you've been missing dinner? Is she why you wouldn't look at me anymore? Why you stopped coming to bed until I was asleep?
Doesn't matter now. It's over.
When did you stop loving me? Or did you ever love me at all?
Don't get emotional. This is business now. Just take the settlement and go.
Enough. I understand how you feel. It's perfectly clear. You're a coward.
Sounds like you finally understand. That's good. No point in begging. My mind's made up, so don't make this difficult. And don't worry, I'll give you your share of our assets.
We barely have any shared assets. You spend every penny you make. On her, I guess.
Well, yeah. But Mom said she'll pay the settlement and we get divorced quickly. So you can't complain about that.
Your mother knew? This whole time? While she was tormenting me about being childless?
Mom's practical. She wants grandchildren.
She knew you were cheating? So, all those times, when she called me useless, when she said I wasn't woman enough, you both knew?
Mom was just trying to make things easier for when this happened.
You planned this? You and your mother planned this.
Calm down. You don't need to make this into a huge thing. Things just worked out this way.
You know what? Fine. If I'm getting a settlement, I have no complaints. I was thinking about ending things with you anyway. The last few months have been hell. Now I know why.
Yeah, you can act as tough as you want. We both know you're nothing without me. Oh, make sure you save yourself the trouble and tell any future guys that you're infertile. You probably don't want to get dumped again. Oh, who would want you anyway?
She must be quite special to make you throw away 2 years of marriage.
She's everything you're not. She can give me what I want.
I don't want to hear anything else from you. You're pathetic.
Let me say one last thing. I never would have married you if I'd known from the start. What a waste of 2 years. Oh, and something else. Mom was right about you all along. You're worthless as a wife and as a woman. Just pure garbage. Don't blame me for throwing you away. It's your own fault for not being able to give me what I wanted.
So, all this time, you were just waiting to leave?
Does it matter now? It's over. Just accept it.
Was any of it real?
What?
Did you ever love me at all? During the entire 5 years I've known you, or the 2 years we've been married?
Who cares? I got something better now. Someone who can actually have kids. Thanks for everything.
Again, why are you texting me?
Just wondering how you're doing. You're still alone working that same old job.
Not really. Can you just tell me what the hell you want?
Can I check on my ex-wife?
No, you lost that right.
Drop the tough act with me. Just be honest. Must be lonely working in that kitchen. Coming home to an empty apartment. Don't you still want to raise kids?
What? What is this? Why are you contacting me after 3 years of silence?
Just tell me if you still want to raise kids. It's a simple question.
I do, but why are you asking?
Then I've got an opportunity for you. Listen, okay? I'm in trouble. My wife left, abandoning our kid. Just walked out one day. If you're still lonely and single, want to be a mom? Kid needs someone.
What are you talking about? Are you drunk?
I'll even remarry you. You want to raise kids, right? He's a cute little boy. Looks just like me. 30 years old now. Aren't you happy? This is your chance.
First of all, you must be out of your mind. Second, no thanks. I have my own child.
What?
I remarried 6 months ago, and I'm 3 months pregnant. The baby in my belly is all I need for parenting. Don't need your secondhand family.
You're remarried? What's this about being pregnant? You're lying. This has to be a lie.
No, I'm not. Why would I lie?
But you're infertile. That's why we divorced, remember?
No, you were the infertile one. Always were.
I have a kid, though. He's proof. Stop lying. There's no way you're pregnant.
Are you sure that kid is really yours? I got tested at the hospital and I'm perfectly fine. All my tests came back normal. Every single one.
What? So I'm the problem? That's what you're saying?
I found out before the divorce. Between the both of us, if anyone had issues, it was you. The one who never got tested. The one who was too scared to check.
You got tested before the divorce. When?
Yeah, the week before you told me about your girlfriend.
Why didn't you tell me? You should have said something.
You told me you wanted a divorce before I could. Didn't matter anymore since we were ending things. You made your choice.
What? So, my kid might be someone else's? That's unbelievable.
Well, whether you want to believe it or not, that's probably the case. You'd have to get tested to know for sure. But you're too much of a coward for that, aren't you?
No way. This can't be happening.
Well, if the blood type matches, it's fine, right? You've lived together all this time, so you must love him. Just keep raising him properly. Be a better father than you were a husband.
What? I can't raise someone else's kid. This is insane.
Not my problem. He's your chosen woman's child, so what's the issue? You picked her, remember?
It is an issue. You're saying I've been deceived this whole time? She lied to me?
Again, not my problem. Think about that after you get tested. If you ever work up the courage. Well, bye. I'm busy. Got a doctor's appointment. Prenatal checkup.
Wait, don't go yet. Hey, what kind of life are you living? What kind of guy marries a divorced woman? Your husband must be pretty pathetic. Probably poor or ugly. Something must be wrong with him. No decent man would want someone else's leftovers.
First, you messaged me asking me to raise a kid you don't even know is yours, and now you're trying to pick a fight? Is that why you really contacted me?
If you're struggling, I'm saying I'll make your life easier. I've got a good job now, better position. I can take care of you.
My husband is very successful and makes twice what you do. He's kind, gentle, and incredibly sincere. Everything you never were. Everything you'll never be.
No way someone like that would marry you. You're making this up.
If you don't believe me, why ask in the first place? Why contact me at all?
Emma, listen. Just hear me out. I've been thinking a lot lately about us. The time I spent with you was the happiest I've been in my whole life. I didn't realize it then, but now I do.
That's nice. Took you long enough.
Yeah. Remember how you used to make breakfast every morning? You even packed my lunch for me. No one's done that since you left.
I don't need your nostalgia. I don't want to hear about your memories.
After I remarried and we started living together, Mom's abuse made my wife mentally ill. And now Mom's in a nursing home living in fear. Karma, right? I can't even look people in the eye anymore.
You reap what you sow. You're just getting back what you did to others, your mother included.
You don't understand how bad it is. My wife was worse than useless. Plus, she was a spendthrift who never did housework, and I ended up doing most of the childcare. I had to learn to cook and clean everything myself. When our son was a baby, she wouldn't even change his diapers. I come home to find him with a terrible diaper rash. She'd just leave him crying. Spent all our savings on shopping.
How awful. For the child.
I regretted everything. Every single day. Why do we end things like that? You were always so kind to Mom despite how horrible she was. You kept the house perfectly clean, and you even helped with our finances. Remember how you helped me with my taxes? And I went and cheated on you. I ruined everything.
That's all in the past for me. Ancient history. This is pathetic. I don't have time for your ridiculous stories. I'm not your therapist.
It's not ridiculous. I'm trying to apologize here. I'm trying to make things right.
Even if you apologize, I can't forgive you. And I don't want anything to do with you anymore. Do you understand?
Don't say that. I want to start over with you. I want to go back to how things were when we first got married. Remember our honeymoon? When we went to Mexico? That was fun, wasn't it? Remember how happy we were?
Stop.
I'll divorce my current wife. I'll even help raise the child you're pregnant with now. I'll be an amazing father to them. Please, give me another chance. I know I messed up.
Stop joking. If you're not joking, that's even worse. You're truly delusional. Your mom abused me daily, even hit me, and you did nothing. You wouldn't cooperate with fertility testing and called me annoying. You cheated on me for months. Maybe life with me might have been convenient for you. Maybe you were happy because things were working out for you. But for me, it was hell. Every single day was torture. We're strangers now. You need to understand that we have nothing to do with each other anymore.
We were married until 3 years ago. That has to mean something to you. We're not strangers. You must still have some feelings left, right? We loved each other once. Remember our first date? The restaurant by the lake?
Don't talk about love when you threw me away 3 years ago. When you called me garbage? When you let your mother abuse me? My love is for my current husband and the baby inside me. I don't have even a millimeter of love for you. Not anymore. Bye.
Emma, please. We can go for coffee. Just one time. We can talk properly. Won't you at least think about it?
Hard alongside my kind husband. I can't thank him enough for showing me what real love feels like. Looking back, leaving that toxic household was the best thing that ever happened to me. Now, I can focus on building the warm, loving family I always dreamed of. Well, Sarah, any news this month? Surely you must be pregnant by now. Hi, Barbara. No signs of pregnancy yet. Still nothing? Why not? I'm not sure why. It seems to just be how my body is. Have you seen a different doctor? Maybe you need a second opinion. We've already consulted with multiple specialists. There must be something wrong with you. You're doing everything correctly, aren't you? I'm sorry. We're trying our best, but it's just not happening. Are you tracking your cycles properly? Maybe you're missing your fertile days. Yes, we're tracking everything carefully. If you're doing everything right, you should be pregnant by now. You're still getting fertility treatments, right? Yes, we're continuing with those. And they're not working? Not yet, but the doctor says it's still possible. What a waste of money. The treatments are expensive, but we believe they're worth trying. Worth trying? You've been trying for years with nothing to show for it. No, we still have a chance. We haven't given up hope yet. You keep saying that, but where are my grandchildren? We want children too. It's not easy for us either. How much more money are you planning to waste? Such an expensive daughter-in-law. How many years has it been since you married my son? Almost 5 years now. 5 years of failing to give me grandchildren. Please understand, infertility isn't something we chose. It's already been 5 years. How much longer are you going to make him wait? You keep saying you won't give up, but there hasn't even been a hint of a pregnancy. If you can't get pregnant soon, you should just divorce my son. Please give us more time. It's not certain that we can't have children. More time? You had plenty of time. The doctors say there's still hope. There you go again with that excuse. I can't believe we got stuck with such a useless daughter-in-law. But John says he's okay even if we can't have children. He says we could be happy just the two of us. We don't have to force having children if it's not meant to be. We're happy enough together. He's lying to make you feel better. He's been very supportive through all of this. is still a crime. I looked it up, and in this case, you're considered a co-conspirator. That means you'll be punished just as severely as the actual attacker. Does that mean I'll go to prison? What did you expect would happen? So, if the injuries are minor, I might not go to prison? Don't misunderstand, Barbara. Regardless of the extent of injuries, you committed a crime. Plus, the victim may carry emotional scars for life. I know that. I never meant to involve an innocent person. You meant to involve me, though? Your grandchild's mother? Poor woman. You'll have to spend your life making amends to her. By the way, who was this thug you hired? Some local delinquent. He and his friends always hang out in the empty lot next to our house. He agreed to do it when I offered him money. You'll need to tell the police all of this. Involving someone like that too? What were you thinking at your age? Before trying to teach others a lesson, you should realize how wrong you are. Shut up. Also, John just told me we're cutting all ties with you. We won't have any contact, and we won't tell our daughter about you. My own grandchild? How did it come to this? What possessed me to do something so stupid? Indeed. I wish I could be reborn and start over. That's... What? I'd feel sorry for any woman who had to give birth to you. While any child, boy or girl, would be welcome, nobody would want to give birth to someone like you. My daughter is now growing up in a peaceful environment, far from all that drama. My husband and other relatives adore her. In the end, my mother-in-law was the only one who cared about gender. My father-in-law often visits and dotes on his granddaughter. He always says she has his eyes, and he couldn't be prouder. The incident changed our family forever, but perhaps for the better. We learned who truly valued family over outdated traditions. My daughter will grow up knowing she's loved for exactly who she is, not for what gender she happened to be born.
Susanna, is it still that you're not home yet?
Over time.
Did you have dinner yet? I'm getting worried since it's past 9.
Stop checking on me every hour.
You usually message me when you're working late.
I'm not a child who needs constant supervision.
I was just concerned. You've been working late almost every day this month.
That's what successful people do.
You never used to work this many hours before.
I'm trying to advance my career. Not everyone is content staying in the same position forever.
I've left the food in the fridge, so just heat it up when you get back.
I don't need it. I already had dinner earlier.
Oh, I see. It would have been nice if you let me know.
I was too busy to remember. It's not like I have as much free time as you do.
Where did you eat? Maybe we could go there together sometime.
It's not really your kind of place. Too expensive.
I spent time making your favorite curry today.
You're always focused on these little things.
These little things used to matter to you.
People grow up and want more from life.
I may not have as much overtime as you, but I'm not exactly idle either.
Compared to me, you definitely are. You hardly ever do any overtime. And even when you do, it's only for an hour or so.
I finished 3 major projects this week. I just managed my time differently.
Managing time isn't going to get you promoted.
My team values efficiency over hours spent at the office.
That's just what people say when they lack ambition.
That may be true, but the way you said it wasn't very nice.
Well, if you made more money, I wouldn't have to work. But since you don't, we have to keep up this dual income lifestyle.
When did money become so important to you?
When I realized how limited our life is.
We discussed this when we got married. You said you were happy with our lifestyle.
People change. Their ambitions grow.
I thought the amount I make is enough to support us.
Not even close. I want to live a much more luxurious life than this. Saving and being frugal is just not my thing.
You used to clip coupons with me on Sundays.
That was before I knew what I was missing out on.
What brought this on? You never used to care about luxury brands.
I've grown. I see what other successful people have.
Like who? Your coworkers?
People who actually made something of themselves.
But the way we're living is pretty standard for most people. Constantly comparing yourself to others isn't really healthy, you know.
I'm just stating facts.
Lately, Susanna, your attitude has been rather prickly. Have I done something wrong?
No, the problem is that you don't do enough. If you have time to come home and do chores, you should be using that time to pick up a side job and make more money.
I thought you appreciated that I help around the house.
That's a wife's job. You should focus on being more successful.
Since when did you start thinking this way?
Since I started seeing how real successful men live.
And how do they live?
You lack ambition, you know. Normally, a man would want things like a luxury car or expensive watch, but you don't seem to care about those kinds of things at all.
I'm just not that materialistic. I enjoy spending time with you, traveling and just relaxing at home.
That's so boring.
Don't say that.
Look at my boss. He works until midnight every day and just bought a new sports car.
Is that what you want? Someone who's never home?
At least he has something to show for his hard work.
And what do I have to show for mine?
A mediocre apartment and a used car.
I used to think you valued other things.
I used to think your calm personality was charming, but lately, I don't feel much male appeal from you. I'm constantly striving to improve myself, so you need to step up and become a man worthy of me.
Is the way I am now not good enough?
No, it's not. You need to be more active, make more connections, and generally be more powerful.
I network within my industry. I just don't brag about it.
It's like you're just a part-time house husband. You need to step it up.
I'll try.
You always say that, but nothing changes.
I could look into some career development courses.
Well, even if you try, I don't know if it'll make a difference. You're just not that attractive to begin with.
That's a cruel thing to say to your husband.
Sometimes cruel is honest. Anyway, when you get home, can you clean the bathroom? I want to soak in the tub when I get back.
Sure, I'll take care of it.
At least you're good at cleaning.
Is there anything else you need?
Just focus on the cleaning. I have a late meeting to prepare for.
Will you be home for dinner tomorrow?
Don't wait up. These meetings usually run late.
Every night this week.
That's what it takes to get ahead.
month, my divorce from Susanna was finalized. The court proceedings were swift. There wasn't much to debate with the clear evidence of her infidelity. The affair was exposed, and she was ordered to pay damages to my boss's wife. In the end, Susanna received nothing in our asset division since it offset the infidelity damages. She still owes my boss's wife a substantial sum, which she'll have to pay off in installments. My wife's boss, who lost his wife over the affair, is now bedridden and alone. His injuries from the accident left him unable to return to his position at our company. When the scandal of their affair became public knowledge within the company, he was forced to resign. His wife, armed with documented evidence of their long-term affair, received a substantial settlement in their divorce. My mother-in-law, well, former mother-in-law, supported Susanna during her hospital stay, but I heard the relationship became increasingly strained. After Susanna was discharged, she told her not to come back to their home. She couldn't forgive her daughter for betraying someone she considered kind-hearted and destroying her family. Now Susanna will have to live with her regrets, managing her permanent injuries alone while working to pay off her debts. I moved out the day after the accident, and I'm now living alone peacefully. Found a new apartment in a different part of the city, and threw myself into my career. My colleagues, who had always respected my quiet dedication, supported me through the transition. The emotional pain is still there, but I'm trying to move forward positively. Started attending support groups for divorced individuals, and found comfort in sharing my stories with others who understood my pain. I've come to realize that my best revenge will be when I feel truly happy again. To achieve that happiness, I'm grateful for the support of those around me, and I'm ready to start a new chapter in my life. My former mother-in-law still keeps in touch. She chose to maintain our relationship despite the divorce. She occasionally sends me home-cooked meals, just like she did when I was married to her daughter.
Janet, I saw you near the station earlier today. I was driving, so I couldn't stop to say hi. But who's that young man you were with? He looked quite dressed up for a casual outing.
Oh, that's my favorite host at the club. Quite handsome, isn't he?
Host club? What do you mean?
Don't act so naive, dear. I've been his regular since he started. He's one of the top 3 hosts at the club now. I basically helped make his career. The other ladies are so jealous that I'm his favorite.
He looked barely older than Mike. Were you out shopping with him?
Shopping? Oh, no. He was escorting me to my car after our afternoon together. Such a gentleman, always making sure I get home safe. Unlike some people I know who just rush off to work all day.
Wait, you go to a gentleman's club? While living on your pension?
What's wrong with that? A lady needs entertainment. The hosts there are so attentive, unlike my late husband. They actually listen when I talk.
Janet, those places are extremely expensive. How long have you been going there?
Oh, a few months now. Time flies when you're having fun.
Don't they charge quite a lot per hour? Those places aren't exactly known for being budget-friendly.
Money well spent, I'd say. A woman needs some excitement to stay young, and there's nothing like a man's attention to keep you feeling alive.
Your husband hasn't even been dead for a year. Have some respect for his memory, at least.
Oh, please, Tom barely counted as a man. Good riddance to that old man, honestly. He never understood how to treat a lady.
How can you say that? He worked so hard to provide for this family. He left you that house and his pension. He worked overtime until his health gave out.
The house was the least he could do. Do you know how boring my life was with him? All he did was work and sleep. At least my host knows how to show a woman a good time.
That's because he was saving for your future. He wanted you to be comfortable. He was thinking about your security.
Security is boring. I'm tired of being proper and responsible. I want to enjoy life while I still can.
Look, date whoever you want, but aren't gentlemen's clubs really expensive? I've heard they can cost thousands per visit.
You sound just like Tom, always worried about money. Life is short. Why not enjoy it? Besides, my host says I'm his most sophisticated client.
Because money doesn't grow on trees. How much do you spend there usually? I'm concerned about your finances.
Sure, some women throw away fortunes there, but I'm rational about it. I keep my tab to just a few thousand each visit. It's not like I go every day.
A few thousand is still a lot of money. Do you have any savings left? What about your emergency fund?
Why are you so interested in my finances? Did Mike put you up to this? Has he been complaining about supporting his mother?
No, I'm asking because I care about your future. You can't keep spending like this forever. Your pension isn't endless.
Nope, I believe in living in the moment. What is the point of keeping money around? My host says women who worry too much age faster.
What about emergencies? Or if something unexpected happens? You need a safety net. What if you have medical expenses?
You worry too much. My host says I seem so much younger when I'm relaxed and spending freely. He says stress causes wrinkles.
Of course he says that. He's paid to compliment you. That's literally his job.
You're just jealous because you're too busy working to have fun. When was the last time you went out and enjoyed yourself? When was the last time a man treated you like a queen?
This isn't funny. Janet, what are you going to do with no savings? Maybe you should stop spending so much and get a part-time job. There are lots of opportunities for senior workers now.
A job? At my age? Oh, don't be ridiculous. I've never worked a day in my life, and I'm not starting now. Besides, my host says my hands are too delicate for manual labor.
Lots of people your age work part-time. Even just a few hours a week would help. It doesn't have to be manual labor.
You're such a nag. How I live my life is my business. Keep your nose out of it. Just because you work doesn't make you better than me.
Actually, it is my business, since I'm the one sending you money every month. Or did you forget about that?
Are you implying something? You think I'm wasting your precious money?
Except we're the ones supporting your lifestyle. Don't forget about the $1,000 I send every month. Money I work overtime to earn.
Oh, here we go. Throwing that in my face again? As if $1,000 is such a huge amount.
I wouldn't have to if you were more responsible with it. The money is supposed to help with necessities like groceries and utilities.
And who are you to tell me how to spend it? Once you give it, it's my money.
The money is meant to help you live, not fund your entertainment.
Who do you think you are, acting all high and mighty, just because you have some corporate job?
I'm worried about your future, and I don't want the money I work hard for being wasted. 10 years of sending support and you have nothing saved? Do you know how many extra hours I work for that money?
Here comes the lecture. You think you're so special because you have a job? In my day, proper ladies didn't need to work.
This isn't about having a job. This is about basic financial responsibility, about planning for the future.
When I was your age, women didn't need to work. We knew our place in society, not running around in pantsuits playing businesswoman.
Is that why you never saved anything yourself? Because you thought someone would always take care of you? Is that the mindset you're still living with?
Don't act so high and mighty, getting cocky over a measly $1,000 a month, as if that makes you some kind of saint.
Measly $1,000? Do you hear yourself right now?
You heard me. You act like you're some kind of savior, like I should worship the ground you walk on for $1,000.
That money comes from my salary. I work overtime for it so that I can send you some money. I could be using it for my own future.
Well, if you're working so much overtime, you should be able to spend more. What's the point of having such a good job if you're so stingy?
Excuse me? Are you seriously asking for more money right now?
If you want to act superior, try sending $10,000 a month. Don't try to boss me around when you can't even do that, you cheapskate. A real career woman should be able to support family properly.
Do you hear yourself? This is exactly why I'm concerned. You have no concept of money at all.
Concerned? Oh, please. You just want to control me, like you try to control Mike, always telling him what to do.
Leave Mike out of this. This is between you and me, about your irresponsible spending.
He's my son. He should be the one supporting me anyway, not his controlling wife.
I see. Well, now I understand how you feel. In that case, I'll stop sending money, since you'd prefer Mike's support anyway.
What did you say? Oh, you can't be serious.
You heard me. No more monthly support. Not 1 cent.
Excuse me? You're joking, right?
Since it's such a measly amount, it clearly means nothing to you. So let's stop. Besides, I don't want to give you money anymore. Not when you waste it like this.
You can't do that. I have commitments, bills to pay, regular appointments at the club.
And bills at the host club? Or actual living expenses? Which is it, Janet?
That's none of your business. You're just being spiteful now, trying to punish me.
No, I'm being rational. Why should I send money that's not appreciated, that's just thrown away at host clubs?
Fine, do whatever you want. I'll just rely on my son from now on. He can send me money instead. After all, he's a director at a major corporation. He makes way more than you anyway.
Is that your backup plan? Running to Mike? You really think that will work?
He's my son. Of course he'll support his mother. Unlike some people, he knows how to respect his elders. He understands filial piety.
You're right. With such a reliable son, you definitely don't need my support. I'll let him know about the new arrangement. Should I tell him everything?
Good. Make sure you tell him I need the money by next week. The club has a special event coming up.
Oh, I'll tell him everything, including where his mother spends her money. Every detail about the host club.
You wouldn't dare. Oh, that's private information.
Watch me. I'm done enabling this behavior. Time for some reality checks.
Sarah, where is the money for this month? It's already the 2nd. My bills are due soon.
Did you forget our conversation? I'm not sending any more money. I meant what I said.
You can't still be mad about that little argument. Stop being childish. Hey, Sarah, tell Mike to deposit this month's money. It's already a day late. I need to pay my club membership.
Nothing has changed, Janet. The money isn't coming. Not from me and not from Mike.
Of course he can. He makes plenty of money. He probably just forgot. Tell him to transfer it today. I'll even forgive the late fee if he sends it now.
I already told you no more money from either of us. You need to understand this.
Stop playing games. This isn't funny anymore. I have commitments to keep.
You're right, it's not funny. It hasn't been funny for a long time, and things are about to get worse.
What do you mean worse? Stop being dramatic.
That's not possible. Your son can't send money because he's not working. He got fired. He can't afford to support you anymore. He hasn't been able to for weeks.
What nonsense are you talking about? Stop making things up. Mike would have told me if something happened.
I wish I was making this up, but it's true. He's been hiding it from everyone.
That's impossible. He's a director. He was just promoted last year.
Was a director. Not anymore. Things change quickly.
Stop lying. I just saw him last week. He was fine. He bought me that lunch at that expensive restaurant.
He was hiding it from everyone, including you. That lunch was probably on his credit card.
My Mike would never hide something like that from me. He tells me everything. We're very close.
Well, he's been keeping the secret for weeks. Want to know why he was fired? It's quite the story.
Nothing you say will make me believe this. My son is...
Well, he got caught embezzling company funds. They fired him immediately. He's lucky they didn't press charges.
Embezzling? Company money? No, there must be some mistake. Mike would never steal.
The company is proof. They caught him transferring money to personal accounts. Multiple times.
What are you implying? This is all lies.
Like mother, like son. Both living beyond your means. Both taking money that isn't yours.
Take that back. My son would never steal. He is an honest man.
The company has proof. They could have pressed charges. He's lucky they only fired him. They're being generous by keeping it quiet.
How dare you? Oh, this isn't funny at all. What are we supposed to do now without his income?
We? There is no we in this situation. You're on your own now.
Of course there is. We're family. Families help each other in crisis.
We're getting by on my salary alone. Mike used to be arrogant like you, but he's been really sweet lately. Probably because he knows he can't survive without me. Funny how reality changes people.
This can't be happening. Everything was fine just last week. We were all so happy.
No, it wasn't. You were just living in denial, like always, while spending money you didn't have.
But my host club membership fees, my credit card bills, I have payments due.
Maybe you should have thought about those before. before spending so recklessly, before treating my support like pocket change.
This is terrible. Oh, just terrible. Who's going to send me money now? How will I maintain my lifestyle?
Reality finally hitting you? Welcome to the real world, where actions have consequences.
You don't understand. I have commitments and actual bills to pay.
No one is going to send you money. You need to accept that.
But my bills. I have credit card payments due at the end of the month. I don't have enough to cover them. The minimum payment alone is...
Really? The same card you used at the host club? To impress young men half your age?
Stop bringing that up. This is serious. I could lose everything.
That's what happens when you spend recklessly. I warned you, didn't I? To keep the spending under control? But you wouldn't listen.
How was I supposed to know this would happen? That Mike would lose his job? That you would abandon me?
That's exactly why people save money for unexpected situations. But you spend every penny on entertainment.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? Seeing me panic. You always thought you were better than me.
Your situation is especially bad since you have no savings. You should have invested some money instead of wasting it at the club. Now you have nothing to fall back on.
Oh, shut up. Just shut up. You don't understand anything.
The truth hurts, doesn't it? But you need to hear it. No one else will tell you. If you default on your credit cards, they'll seize your assets. You might even lose the house. What are you going to do?
I don't know. I've never dealt with anything like this before. I don't know where to start.
Maybe it's time to learn. You can't depend on others forever. Time to grow up.
What can I do? I don't have any other family who can help with money. No one I can turn to.
So I'm your only option now? Interesting how that works.
You wouldn't let me end up on the street, would you? After all these years.
Weren't you just calling my support measly? Now you want my help? The same support you mocked?
Things are different now. I didn't know about Mike then. I was stupid and proud.
Different for you, maybe. Nothing's changed for me. I'm still the same person you look down on.
Sarah, please, I need help. I'll do anything.
Like I'd ever bow my head to someone like you. After how you treated me, after all the insults, then there's nothing I can do. Enjoy having your assets seized. I guess you won't be seeing your favorite host anymore.
Mike just showed up suddenly. He was so angry.
Oh, really? How did that go? Did he explain everything?
He wasn't himself. I've never seen him like this. He was like a stranger.
Was he angry? Did he tell you everything?
You sent him here, didn't you? You told him about our conversation.
I told him about how you've been treating me badly. I explained why I stopped sending money. He got angry and said he was going to have words with you. Did he?
He's never raised his voice at me before, not once in his life. He used to be such a gentle boy.
Times change. People change when they see the truth.
He yelled at me to never speak rudely to you again. He's never yelled at me like that before. My sweet boy.
Surprising, isn't it? When the golden sun turns against you? When he finally sees the truth?
This isn't like him. What did you do to my son? How did you turn him against me?
I didn't do anything. He's scared of me leaving him. He used to act superior to me too, but now he's terrified I'll walk out since he lost his job. He knows he needs me.
You're manipulating him. You must be. This isn't my Mike. Has Mike found a new job yet? He won't answer my calls.
It's difficult, apparently. The economy isn't great, but shouldn't you be more worried about yourself? Your credit card payment is coming up soon. Tick-tock.
I know that without you telling me. I can't sleep thinking about it. The interest keeps piling up.
Sleepless nights? Like the ones I had when you constantly belittled me? When you called me unfeminine for working?
I never meant to. I was just...
Save it. So what are you going to do? Time's running out.
Sarah, I need to ask you something. Please hear me out.
What is it? More excuses?
Would you consider sending me money again? Even a little would help. Please. I'll change my ways.
Janet, aren't you forgetting something? Are you being serious? You've treated me terribly all this time, and now you're trying to get my help without even addressing that? You haven't even apologized properly.
What do you want me to say? That I was wrong? Fine, I was wrong.
That would be a start. But I doubt you mean it. You're just desperate.
I'm sorry. There, I said it.
Sorry for what exactly? Be specific.
I'm sorry for all the horrible things I've said. Please help me with some money. I promise I'll be different.
Request denied. You still don't get it.
Why? I apologized, didn't I? What more do you want?
I never said I'd help you if you apologized. Did you think a simple sorry would fix everything? Years of abuse?
What? Are you mocking me? When I'm humbling myself like this?
Well, you send money to support family, right? We won't be family anymore, so I have no obligation to support you. Simple as that.
You're leaving my son? After everything?
Yes, that's the plan. This incident has made me lose all respect for Mike. I can't live with a thief or his entitled mother.
So you never intended to send me money from the start? This whole conversation was pointless? You were just playing with me?
I might have considered it if you had desperately begged at the beginning, but you refused to be humble yourself, remember? That's when I realized. You truly looked down on me from the bottom of your heart.
That's not true. I wasn't looking down on you. I was just jealous of everything you do. Everything I couldn't do.
Jealous? After all your criticism about working women? After calling me masculine and unfeminine?
Yes, jealous. Every time you succeeded at something, it reminded me of my own failures, my own inadequacies. You graduated from a good university and got a great job. Meanwhile, I only finished high school and I'm not smart, and I was jealous of how you could handle both work and housework. I felt worthless compared to you.
So that's why you were always so harsh with me. All those snide comments about my career, about my education.
Yes. My education level was my biggest insecurity. I was envious of independent, successful women like you, because I could never be like that. I was too afraid to try.
You did always make jabs about my education, saying things like, you're too educated for a woman, and being smart makes you less feminine. Those words hurt, you know.
I know. I said horrible things. I was trying to tear you down to feel better about myself.
You certainly did. Year after year, day after day.
Even wasting the $1,000 you sent was just to spite you. I wanted to show off that I could have men fawning over me, that I could still be desirable without a career, that I had value somehow.
Unbelievable. You're ridiculous. You've just been digging your own grave, haven't you? All this time.
I was so stupid. I regret everything I did now. Being stubborn got me nowhere. I see that now.
So, Janet, what's your point here? Why are you telling me all this?
I'm being dishonest because I am desperate. I won't survive without help. Please help me. Please, Sarah, I'll do anything you ask.
I see, but I'm still refusing. Nothing has changed.
After everything I just said, after being completely honest, after confessing everything.
How does explaining why you bullied me change anything? You were jealous of me? So what? I couldn't care less about your reasons. The important thing is that you tormented me. That's all that matters.
You won't forgive me, no matter what, even if I change?
Either way, my divorce from Mike is final. Once we're divorced, we'll be strangers. I don't want anything to do with you anymore. Ever again.
You're really going through with the divorce? Mike will change, I'm sure. You might regret leaving him. He could find another job.
I told you already, I'm disappointed in him. Even if he becomes a millionaire, I'll never be his wife again. Some things can't be fixed with money or apologies. Some bridges stay burned. After that, I cut off contact with both of them, so I don't know exactly what happened. However, sometime later, I happened to pass by Janet's neighborhood. Where their house used to be was now an empty apartment building. The property must have been sold after all. I heard through the grapevine that Mike found a new job, but Janet isn't with him. She was abandoned by her son and is probably scraping by somewhere. As for me, life became much easier after becoming single. Unlike Janet, I have the ability to live independently, and I have no interest in depending on anyone else. Now that I use my salary just for myself, work feels more rewarding than ever.